Not yet. We're live, sir.
Wow, how about you? I got the stuff. Another is I.S.U.P.K. by all of us. Which you know, everybody. This is just 1969. We are convention. We teach every class the truth of the Bible. All right, we're moving the class down. General deck. So make sure you, whatever question you may have, man, make sure you jot it down, save it, whatever's on your mind, whatever scripture you came past, whatever you're feeling in the world. You have any questions you have, make sure you comment below and we will get to it. All right, hold it. The general give. All right, you already know what time it is, man. We always teaching the truth. That's all we do here, man. Let me get on the second step. All right?
Yes, sir.
Always remember the scripture right here, man. This is what you teach your kid, you teach your spouse. You know, you can always get the scripture out of people. You know, just this week, I was talking to a brother at the slave, we call a job of slave here in the I.S.U.P.K. That's what it is. I'm talking to a brother, and I just felt like he was kind of figuring me out, and I told him, what I do in real life, what my real job is, and I just started breaking down some of the scriptures down to him. He said, man, everything that he got saying was so vivid to him, and that's the Lord, man. Like the Lord, He wants us to understand the truth. He wants us to understand His knowledge. He wants us to be able to have peace in His life. That's why He raised up His priests. He don't raise up His priests just to tell you a couple scriptures and that's it. No, a priest's job, man, is to be the big brother you never had, to be the father that you never had, right? And that's why here in the I.S.U.P.K, man, we have these classes for 7 days a week. No matter what time of the day it is, somewhere in I.S.U.P.K, we posting content, we going live, we in debates, whatever the case may be, because we understand what time it is. What you have, bro?
Yes, sir. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Holy people, holy means to be a separate people, right? We're not supposed to behave like these other nations. Thursday, everybody gonna celebrate Thanksgiving. General Hyman gonna break down Thanksgiving way better than I can. One thing I can tell you is this: celebrating Thanksgiving is a sin against the Lord. The Most High never told us to celebrate any holiday that the heathen nations celebrate. Thanksgiving was the slaughter of the Native Americans. I'm gonna ask all y'all out there this question. When it comes down to the Palestinians and what they've been going through over there in the Middle East, right? In our homeland, would y'all celebrate the celebration of the slaughter of the Palestinians? If the Jewish man made it a national holiday in America and Israel, I'm pretty sure 99.9% of Black in America won't celebrate it. Because we want to have some ounce of integrity for the Palestinians, but we have no ounce of integrity for Native Americans. And that is the truth. We are a holy people. We're supposed to be separate from all these other nations. So when you see a brother, a Black, Hispanic, American brother and sister, no matter if you know them or you don't know them, that's your sister, that's your brother. You gotta have compassion for your people. You gotta love your people. Put your people first. But these religions, they teach us to be the opposite of that. It teaches us to put everybody else first and not put us first. 1 second. Come on. The mic is messing. Okay. Yeah, but it's obviously nice and the microphone.
Okay. The water.
Thank you. right, yo, we might be the mic is up. It's in there, the mic is up.
Yeah.
Hey, let me know. Let me know,
Yes. Oh, I see now. Water.
say something, sir.
Check. Can y'all hear us now? We good now? Type of one in the chat if we good, y'all. Real quick for me, Bubba Show. Just type of one real quick so I can get back into this breakdown. All right, Most High Christ. Let's get back to it. So, if y'all didn't hear what I was saying, I'm gonna kind of sum it up. The Most High don't want us celebrating these heathen holidays, these pagan holidays. Every holiday that America put as a national holiday is all pagan, no matter which way you want to try to twist it around, right? I also asked, would people celebrate the slaughter of the Palestinians? Would people celebrate with the Jewish man, with the white man, for the slaughter of the Palestinians? Would they do that? And 99.9% of our people would not do it, right? It would be a small percent of our people doing it because we know that is wrong. But we don't have enough integrity for our Native American brothers and sisters. And that's a problem. That's a problem in our community. This is why we had these classes going on 7 days a week. And if y'all didn't hear what I said before, the I.S.U.P.K, for 7 days a week, we is posting content. We are doing classes. We are doing debates. We're running our programs. We run our offices nonstop because we understand the brainwashing that have been put on us for so long. You know what I'm saying, sis? Like it's ridiculous, right? Where you would talk to an individual and you'll realize that trauma was passed down 3 generations. See, we here in I.S.U.P.K, we don't do all the talking, man. We about the action. You can't be in I.S.U.P.K and think that you can be all talk. We ain't your Umar Johnsons, your Tariq Nasheeds. We ain't none of them. We ain't your Muhammad's, or none of them. None of those the foolish religions. We about putting in the work here. And you have to be honest. You have to be true here. We choose the old path. Like it says in Jeremiah, the 6th chapter. We choose the old path. So it's very old school in here. You in here long enough, you're going to be reading the Bible. You're like, dang. Yo, we do the same thing. Right. You know what I mean? You do something out of line, you're going to get corrected the same way it was in the old days. Because we understand what the Most High wants here. We pulled up the scripture, Deuteronomy 7:6. Let's read it from the top again.
Yes, sir. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6.
Yep.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Uh-huh.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Unto himself, man. We are special people unto the Lord. Man, let this be your confidence that God chose you to be a special people on the face of the earth. Don't add yourself up. Don't look at your worth according to what the world tell you. Look at your worth according to the Lord. You should be asking yourself, damn, if I'm doing the right thing I'm supposed to be doing, trust me, man. Christ wasn't rich, but he was better than any brother or sister that was rich on the face of the earth that when he was walking, and still to this day, because he does what the Most High says to do. This whole thing in the Bible is about you learning how to serve the Lord and with discipline. You can't walk this path with the Most High and you think that you can lack discipline. Eventually, the Lord is going to be like, yeah, just go about your way, man. And we see it all the time. We see brothers and sisters fall weak and drop their sword on a regular because this ain't for the weak. This path right here, you think you coming up in this school and you get your name and that's it? No, you got to fight. You're going to have to battle. Give me James 1:12. Give me James 1:12, man. Like this path ain't easy. Everybody this week, if you listen, man, you new to this truth. You know, whatever it is on your journey out there, your family gonna want you to come through. Ooh, your mom is gonna cook that food that you used to eat when you was growing up. They're gonna say, man, it's about the family ties and all of that. Read what you got, brother.
Yes, sir. This is the book of James, the 1 and verse 12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation.
You're gonna have to endure that, man. You can't go and commit sin against the Most High. You can't do that. You're gonna have to, man, listen. Even though I know that my mom can throw down, I ain't gonna be able to throw down with you. I ain't gonna be able to throw down with you, Mom Dukes, Pops, hey, Auntie. I ain't gonna be able to eat that food because when I do that, I'm a sin against the Lord. I just can't do that for you, Mom. I'm sorry, but I gotta serve the Lord, man. You know, I can't. The Most High said that's a sin.
Right.
You know, and then you know we gonna celebrate the slaughter of Native Americans. Come on, man. We shouldn't even be getting down like that. You're gonna have to break their heart. To serve the Lord, you're gonna lose family, you're gonna lose friends, you're gonna lose a lot. But you're gonna have to face it. I'm pretty sure Matamya, you lost a lot of people, right? Friends, families. I know I did. All of us in here did. But you know what? We take it as a badge of honor. It's a bittersweet badge of honor. But we take it as a badge of honor because we know I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. That's when you know that you're on the right path. You know what I mean? Like when people start, nah, I ain't worrying about them. It's a good, I'm gonna tell you when you know you're doing the right thing when people don't call you on the holidays. Like, listen, I forget the day that I was born, I forget it. It be days I'll be like, oh, snaps. I'm 1 year older. You know what I mean? And before, people would hit me up. People don't hit me up no more. I don't even get the Facebook happy birthdays no more. I think I done ran all those people away. You know what I mean? And you know, family don't hit me up or nothing. When you get it like that, then you know you're doing a good thing. You know what I mean? And listen, man, our people lost, man. You don't gotta beat them over the head with it. You know, just if they come and ask you, hey, you know, why so? Well, you know, the Most High ain't with it. What you mean? You know, God said not to celebrate those holidays. God gave us holidays in the Bible. I celebrate them all year round. We eat all the time. I don't need Thanksgiving to eat with my, you know. I mean, we just ate like a month ago, right? We just ate a month ago. You know, we ain't missing no food over here. We ain't missing no meals. You know what I mean? Because we do what the Most High said to do. You know, you're going to fight that temptation. Don't pop up. You know, don't pop up. Don't be like, well, yeah, I'm hungry. The food is right there. No, don't even do it. Don't even eat it, man. Because you're gonna have to be the light in the darkness. So many of our people is lost. You know, it's sad. It's sad as me. Every time I goes on the internet, man, sometimes I gotta get off it. I gotta be on it because I gotta push this truth. And that's a part of my department here in I.S.U.P.K. But man, you see the things that people mind is on. It's ridiculous. Right. But we got to show them how to walk. They babies, man. They don't know nothing. Right. Remember, when you born again, you're a baby. You know what I mean? You got to be born again because we don't understand. Many of us, when we first came into the truth, we ain't understand nothing. But when I first came into the I.S.U.P.K, this is like 2013, late 2013. High out my damn mind. They taught me how to read the Bible. I ain't know how to read the Bible. I ain't know how to put no scripture. I ain't know none of that. You know what I mean? The I.S.U.P.K taught me how to read the Bible. You get what I'm saying? And they had to walk me through the steps on understanding the Bible more. And I was rebellious towards it. You know what I mean? Because I was still stupid in the world. But eventually I understood it. Because I had to start taking that medicine. I had to start realizing that the world ain't where a brother or sister need to be at. And also tell y'all this: if you understand this truth and you sitting on the sideline, you're wrong because you seeing what's happening. I look at the city of Philadelphia. It's just like any other Black, Hispanic, Native American neighborhood in America or anywhere in the world where we dwell at. They need the light in that darkness, man. They need to see brothers like Mathumyad pulling up strong. You know, he young just like them, but he pulling up strong. It's a different aura on him. I don't want to get all spiritual with it, but you get what I'm saying? Like your demeanor, everything is one West. People gonna start asking questions. Damn, brother, you know, something about you, dog. I knew something. You know, when people find out you're an Israelite, they're like, I knew something about you, man. You was different. You ain't never engaged in the conversation with the hoes with us, man. You ain't never try to get high with us, nothing like that. You know, you girls was trying to throw it at you. You ain't never. Man, I knew it was something different about you. How you talk, walk, and all that. You know what I mean? You don't even gotta say nothing, but they watching you because the Most High is trying to show them what the truth really is. You know what I mean? Because the Most High, man, you walk with the Most High, man. The Most High walking with you. You get what I'm saying? And everything that you do in life matters. That's why Commander YAHANNA tell us here in I.S.U.P.K, man, watch what you're doing out here. Even when nobody is looking, watch what you're doing. You get what I'm saying? Trying to tell you, watch what you're doing with your kids, with just people out there in the world. People is watching you. You know what I mean? People will be watching me on social media. I ain't even know. They're like, yeah, man, I be seeing you, man. You be dropping some truth. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I have no filter. I be sometimes, man, I'll be like, yo, somebody gonna want to throw hands with me or something one day. Because I talk about Islam like it is the worst thing in the world, which it is. But I talk down on it very vulgar. To the point I'll be talking to Captain Ariel. I'm like, hey, Cat, you don't think that post was a little bit too much? He said, no, I posted. I'm like, all right, kind of. You know what I mean? Because, man, our people need that truth, man. We gotta be we gotta be the light in the darkness, especially you sisters out there. You know what I mean? It is your job, it is your duty to show what the Commander YAHANNA is raising up in the school, man, through the power of the Most High. You know, you can't be a sister that's acting worldly. You in the school. You want to have to be that sister. Yeah, you gonna have to be that sister that is very, very sisterly. You know what I mean? You got that spirit on you where you show none but love. You understand? You show people none but love, man, none but compassion. You know, you're helpful, you drop wisdom, knowledge when it's needed. Like it's so many times where I had sisters tell me, they was like, yeah, man, I'm at the job and yo, this sister just broke down to me. And the sister, like, well, in the back of my head, I'm trying to understand why she's breaking down to me. And then it comes to find out that sister always showed love and gave a safe space for that sister. So now that sister felt comfortable being vulnerable with that sister because it wouldn't bite her in the butt. You understand what I'm saying? Like it is very important that we are winning these battles with Satan, man. You're going to have to win these battles. Let's read that scripture one more time.
Yes, sir. This is the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation.
You're going to have to endure it, man. If you trying to get off of the weed, you're going to have to stop smoking that weed. You know, you got a lust, you're going to have to let go of that lust. And listen, man, I tell people all the time, man, when I first came into the truth, man, my phone started ringing. DMing with Mahayaman. I'm sitting there like, man, this gotta be Satan because this girl wasn't trying to budge when I was in the world. You know what I mean? And now she hitting me up. Nah. And I had listen, man. It was many times I had to tell a sister no. You understand what I'm saying? And that's how you supposed to do it, man. If you're a sister, man, you come into this school, man, be off limits, man, until your camp leader tell you it's time for you to marry. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's this school here prepares you against the battles against Satan.
Right, Wakian. Take your questions in the room and online. Mi nombre es General Mahayaman. Estoy al servicio de el General YAHANNA. Somos la Escuela Israelita de Conocimiento Práctico Universal. Comenzamos en 1 Oeste Calle 125, Harlem, Nueva York. Desde 1969, debajo del mando General YAHANNA. Carnales, esta es la verdad. Si tú eres hombre hispano, negros o indio nativo, tú eres Israel, el pueblo elegido de Dios. Tu madre y tu padre dicen que somos un culto y mantienen su iglesia sin culpa, pero su iglesia es culpable de todo lo que nos están pasando. All right. Whenever you're ready, I'll take your questions in the room and online. You should get ready this week to do your breakdowns for so-called Thanksgiving. You want to be prepared for that. You want to arm up for that every year, because Thanksgiving and Christmas are an absolutely powerful weapon against the God of Israel. Powerful in so much as that they don't force people to serve another God, but they make people choose another God. People willingly choose another God besides the God of the Bible. Besides the God and the Jesus that they claim to love, they choose a God that is a false God because of the pleasure that he brings them this time of year. All right. So you want to be prepared for that this week. So-called Thanksgiving, I believe, is Thursday. All right. Any questions in the room or online?
Yes, sir. This is from Princess Kanawa. Shalom, Lord in Christ, General Mahayaman. May I ask for a breakdown out of one of Malachi chapter 1 and verse 4, and to add, what does border of wickedness mean, sir? The water.
No problem. Glad OKC. I'll absolutely break that down. Mucho gusto. Read the precept for the sister.
Yes, sir. This is the book of Malachi chapter 1 and verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished.
Whereas Edom says they are impoverished. The term impoverished means poor. Edom says that they're poor. We don't have the money for health care. We don't have the money for schools. We don't have the money to give everyone free health care and to help new citizens come into this country from other countries. We don't have the space, the room to feed the people of Haiti, to protect the Mexicans that come here and slave in the fields. America always says that they're poor. Why? Because Edom, they say we are impoverished. They always say they don't have the money to help poor people. They don't have the money to help the people in need. Edom says that we are impoverished. Keep going.
But we will return and build the desolate places.
Read that again.
But we will return and build the desolate places.
We will return and build the desolate places. That's what we'll do. We don't have any money, so what will we do? We'll go find a place where, no one else is there. It's the wasteland of, Oregon, a wasteland of South and Central America. We'll go now and create an empire all over the world because we don't have money. So then we'll take over more and more land. We'll rebuild the desolate places. And the white man did this when he came to the Americas and left Egypt. And after Jesus Christ returns, if he is not in check, he'll try it again. He'll do it again. He'll decide years later to branch off and to grow and grow and grow and to take land that doesn't belong to him so he can climb out of poverty the same way they climbed out of poverty in Italy and Russia and in Ireland. Keep going.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down.
That's what the Most High God said. Gracias. They shall build, but I will throw down. Meaning the more that you try to build up countries and to take over other countries, the Most High God is going to throw down everything that you build up. And that's what you're beginning to see right now over there in the Middle East. You're seeing it right now. You're going to see it spread all the way into Europe. This week, France said that if Donald Trump capitulates to Russia and gives him the Ukraine,
that every French citizen has to be prepared to go to war with Russia. That was an announcement that the French came out with this week. Go ahead.
If you could, sir.
Mhm.
I was a little confused on what they was speaking on this week, as if he gave some intel to Russia. If you can verify.
I'll explain. Okay, as you know, Russia
It's
is
not
at war
working.
now with the Ukraine, right? The Ukraine is a country that borders Russia, right? Russia believes that the Ukraine belongs to Russia. Many of the European battles are about old alliances and old countries that don't exist anymore. But Russia believes that the Ukraine is actually part of Russia, that they broke off years ago. You can go research the history about this. It's the reason that Germany invaded France at World War II, and that Germany invaded Poland during World War II, because Germany believes that Poland and France actually belong to Germany because of alliances and kingdoms far a long time ago, that they believe these countries broke off from Germany. Well, Russia believes that the Ukraine broke off from Russia a long time ago, and so it actually is theirs. So they're at war. But Donald Trump is agreeing to every demand of the Russians. And the Russians are saying that the Ukraine cannot join NATO. Now, NATO is in essence a country where all the European countries band together. They have the same money called the euro, and they pledge mutual defense of one another. Meaning, if you attack France, then every other NATO country is going to attack you. If you attack England, every other NATO country is going to attack you. NATO is an alliance of European countries. Well, the Ukraine would like to join NATO so that if Russia attacks the Ukraine, then every European country would have to attack Russia. One of the stipulations in the agreement is that the Ukraine cannot join NATO. They're not allowed to join NATO, which would mean that Russia could just invade Ukraine whenever it wants. But the reason that France is afraid is because if Russia takes the Ukraine because it believes that it owns the Ukraine, Russia also believes they own France. It's like disputed land. The place that we call France today, in other kingdoms, it was part of some king's, land. Some of I think the Fredericksburgs or some other king believed they owned the land. So Germany believes that it owns France. Russia also believes that it owns France. So France knows that if they take the Ukraine, then Russia is going to also take France, because it happens all the time. They've had 2 world wars and did this same exact thing. The same countries fought in World War I. I think 20 years later, they fought again in World War II. And if Russia is allowed to take the Ukraine, then Russia is going to invade France, because they always believe that that land is theirs. So in essence, if you don't stop Russia now, the Ukraine, then Russia is going to do what Germany did and start to gobble up every country that it believes it has a right to. You understand? And that is exactly what is going to happen, because it always happens. It happens all the time. All right, continue.
Yes, sir. They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness.
And they shall call Edom the border of wickedness. To understand this, just think about coming into the city, and you go to New York and you see a sign that says, "Welcome to New York." You go into Jersey and you see a sign that says, "Welcome to Jersey." It's because you crossed over into the border of New York, the border of Jersey. Well, everyone is going to say about the so-called white man, this is the border of wickedness. This is where the wicked live. This is the land of evil people. That is what our oppressor will be known as one day. The same way New York is known to be New York, the white man will be known to be wicked. And whenever you cross into his territory, you will know you have entered the border of wickedness. That's the breakdown, all right? Anything else? Keep going.
Next question, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. This is from Captain Mashak, right off in the car. This is from Captain Mashak. He wants to break down Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 6. Specifically, what does the clay represent at the end of verse 6? Also, if you have time, sir, can you break down from verses 1 on down to give the context of it? And last but not least, can it be used for Esau, specifically Trump?
No problem, Captain. Whenever you're ready, let's go.
Yes, sir. This is the book of Habakkuk, Slakia, chapter 2, You start at verse 6. When we start at verse 6,
Start at whatever he asked for. I'll do it.
Kabakan. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, and verse 6.
Mhm.
Kabakan. Salak. Pulling up now, sir. Salak.
Take your time. Knock whenever we're done. Just grab the microphone and then we'll get your question. All right.
2, 4, 6.
I'm
Yes.
sorry. Do you think? Go ahead.
This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, and verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him,
Mhm.
and a taunting proverb against him,
Mhm.
and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his?
Mhm.
How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
Yeah, this is absolutely a perfect precept for our oppressor and Donald Trump. Absolutely. Read that last part again.
And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
I'll explain in 1 second. Keep going.
Verse 7.
Keep going. That's correct.
Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them?
Mhm. So now I'll give you a chance to break it down. What does it mean when it says, and he that laden himself with thick clay? Right. Read it from the top again.
Yes, sir. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his?
You know that's him stealing countries, stealing people, stealing land. Keep going.
How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
And to him that you said ladleth, right?
Ladeth. Yep. Kind of
Laid, like pour it on. Is that the lay you're talking about?
Ladeth.
Yes, he lays himself with thick clay. What is that talking about? That this is someone that protects himself, right? As I can imagine, you put thick clay on something you want safe. You know, you want it safe. You get some thick clay and you cover it all up. Now it's nice and safe, right? Like the pyramids or like a house, right? You get a house. You put thick clay all over the house. What do you believe? That this house is safe. Safe from the elements, safe from the wind, safe from the rain, right? He ladens himself in thick clay because he believes he is safe. He protects himself. That's our oppressor. That's what he constantly does. That's the only thing he does well, is protect himself, is to make sure that nothing ever happens to him. Now, the problem is he leaves you out in the cold. You don't get any thick clay. He doesn't lay thick clay all over you. He doesn't protect the poor. He doesn't protect the innocent. He doesn't protect children on Epstein's Island, but he always, lays thick clay all over himself to make sure that he is protected and everyone else gets harmed. Read right after thick clay.
Yes, sir. Verse 7. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee?
You understand? That makes it perfectly clear. So now they shall rise up suddenly who bite you, because all you do is protect yourself while you put everyone else in danger. Like, imagine our oppressor making sure nothing happens to him. But meanwhile, here we all are sitting out here starving to death and suffering and being hurt by him. Well, people are going to rise up and bite you. That's what's going to happen. They're going to hurt you. Go ahead, Doc.
I remember you broke down, I think it was like the Queen of France, how World War I, I believe, started.
Yeah, that's way before World War I. You're speaking about Marie Antoinette. That's in the Renaissance, I believe. Marie Antoinette. That was her. She set up in her castle, just like Donald Trump sitting in Mar-a-Lago, sitting in the White House that he tears down and rebuilds it in his image. And he is completely safe, making sure that you get snatched up by ICE agents and put in jail, and making sure that he never does one day in jail, even though he has 34 felonies. He protects himself just fine. He makes sure that he stays out of jail as a felon, but he puts your grandmother in jail for coming over here 30 years ago. He puts your sons and daughters in jail for simply wanting to be with their family. Yeah, he protects himself, and he's going to get hurt because of it. You understand? This is a perfect precept for Donald Trump, and that's what laden with clay means, all right? Anything else?
Yes, sir. He said, if you had time, could you break down from 1 to 6.
Oh, what verse am I on now?
We started at verse 6. That's
Oh, we
what
started at. Okay, I'm sorry. Go back up to 1, please.
Yes, sir. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, and verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. Verse 2. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon the tables, that he may run that readeth it. Verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
So now this is him writing down a vision that he's not going to get the understanding of yet, but eventually he will. And when he gets it, it's going to be the truth. Continue.
Though it tarry, wait for it.
Though it tarries, meaning you're going to have to, this vision, the explanation of this vision will not be as fast as you want it to be, but you should wait, because when it finally gets here, it's going to be the truth. Continue.
Because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
You get that. Keep going.
Verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
I believe he understands that. Read it one more time just in case he doesn't.
Yes, sir. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
His soul which is lifted up. How is his soul lifted up but not upright in him? Meaning he's proud. He's extremely proud, but his soul is not right. Now, there's nothing worse than an evil man who is proud over nothing. He hasn't done anything to feel any pride in. He hasn't helped anyone. He hasn't rescued anyone. Donald Trump has never even served his country. Donald Trump is not even patriotic at all. Think about the people that died and suffered during World War II. Young men, 18 years old, stormed the beach in Normandy, went across the world to rescue this planet from a foreign dictator who wasn't even invading America. Those Black, Hispanic, Italian, British, Irish people went over to World War II, brother, went to France to stop Adolf Hitler. And Adolf Hitler was not even invading America, but they went to rescue the planet Earth from Nazism and oppression and fascism. And can you imagine those grandfathers seeing their sons today now embrace Nazism, embrace SWAT stickers? Can you imagine what their grandfathers would feel like, who fought so that Adolf Hitler would be defeated and across the world in a foreign country? Like, they're so proud. What have you done to be proud? Donald Trump is a 3-time draft dodger. He never fought for anybody or helped anybody. All he's ever done is lay clay all over himself to make sure he doesn't get harmed, to make sure nothing happens to him. He's lifted up, but the soul in him is not upright. He's not a good person, not yet. He acts as if he has something to be proud of. Continue.
But the just shall live by his faith.
But the just shall live by his faith. You're going to live because you believe in something. Donald Trump does not believe in anything. Donald Trump is not even patriotic. He doesn't care about America. He doesn't care about veterans. He doesn't care about the White House. He'll tear the whole goddamn thing down and build a casino. It means nothing to him at all. But you love him, and you now played the fool for him because he suckered you into making him president, all because he taught you to hate Hispanics. You thought he would hate the Hispanics, so you made him a god over you. He is a terrible person, Donald Trump. A horrible person, proud over nothing. Continue.
Verse 5. Yea, also, because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man.
Yet also, that's what I just broke down to you, because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man. Meaning what? He is drunk on power. All he does is pleasure himself. All he cares about is balls and dinner. And speaking of balls, did you hear he also performed oral sex on Bill Clinton? He also did that. On top of that, all he cares about is parties and dances and champagne and having fun and having lavish events. He could care less about America. He's super proud, super ignorant, and drunk. Continue.
Neither keepeth at home.
Neither does he keep at home. He doesn't give a damn about America. That's why he's always off over, God knows where, traveling everywhere. This week, Donald Trump invited the king of Saudi Arabia into the White House, treated him like he was Aladdin. Like he was goddamn Aladdin. Meanwhile, the Saudis are the people. All of the 9/11 hijackers were from Saudi Arabia. Every single last one of them was from Saudi Arabia. And he invites the Saudi king to America, lays out a flying carpet for him as he comes over to America. Why? Because he does not care about all those 3,000 people that died on 9/11. That means nothing to him at all. He could care less about the people that died on 9/11. That same Saudi king murdered this reporter who simply wanted to report on all of the crime and corruption that has been happening in Saudi Arabia before 9/11. The Saudis have always had a piece of America and always corrupted America with their oil money before Donald Trump ever became president. And this reporter wanted to report on it. The Saudis killed him out, murdered him in some hotel, murdered him. Everybody knows about it. The CIA said that they murdered this reporter. Donald Trump sits down with him, rolls out a flying carpet for this Arab brother because he could care less about murder. He could care less about 9/11. He's proud for nothing. He's selfish and he only protects himself. He's a terrible person. You voted for him because he is just as terrible as you are. Continue.
Who enlargeth his desire as hell.
You get that, brother? Who enlargeth his desire as hell. He makes it bigger and bigger. What he wants just grows every day. What he wants grows and grows and grows, just like hell grows, just like oppression grows. Hunger grows in your belly every day that someone starves you. Thirst grows in your mouth every day you're denied water. That's how hell grows. You're poor one day and you get more poor as the month goes on. By the end of the month, you're more poor than you were at the top of the month. That's what Donald Trump does. Like he grows like hell. Continue.
And is as death and cannot be satisfied.
I believe that breaks down itself. Keep going.
But gathereth unto him all nations.
What does he do?
But gathereth unto him all nations.
He gathers unto himself all nations. Everybody has to come and bow down before him and make him Lord of the planet and of earth. Everything, he bows down to him, all nations, because every nation needs his money. Every nation needs his assistance. Nations starve without aid from the U.S. And so because of that, he's able to oppress people, and all they can ever do is smile and beg for his forgiveness. Continue.
And heapeth unto him all people.
Absolutely. You can use this for Donald Trump. Absolutely. Any other questions? As preguntas.
Yes, sir.
Questions in the room. Go ahead.
Okay. This is from Trooper Shakat. When a woman leaves home, her mother and father, what should be her mindset and her purpose?
When a woman leaves home, she leaves her mother and her father. Okay, you might need some specific. This is from a brother asking or a woman asking?
This is from Trooper Shakat.
Trooper Sakat. Okay, well, there are many different things that you'll need when you leave from your mother's house. The absolute first thing you're going to need is food, water, and shelter. If you're going to leave your parents' house, here's what you better understand. You are going to need an income. You're going to need money. And that's something that you don't realize when you're living with your mother. You don't realize that you absolutely need someone that can pay the bills, which is why the entire time you're living with your parents, from preschool, the whole point of preschool, of grade school, of primary school, high school, college, if necessary, is to prepare you to survive without your parents. That's the point. That's the entire thing, right? If you've done this well, then you'll be able to leave your parents' house and have food, water, rent, mortgage, transportation, all the things that mommy used to provide, those things. If you have done poorly, then what you're going to find at a certain age is that you're old enough to leave your mother's house, but you don't have an income to leave your mother's house. That's what you'll find out. And then you'll realize that you squandered your youth because that was the time when you were supposed to be preparing not to need her financially. So the number one thing you're going to need if you leave your mother's house is an income of money. That's it. Because without that thing, everything else is irrelevant. Peter said this in the Bible, that how can I teach a man the truth if he is in hunger of bread? How can I give the man knowledge if he has not eaten? I must first give him bread. Then I can give him the knowledge of the truth. So you can believe in God, have the Bible all you want. But if you're starving and if you're hungry and if you're living outside, then that need is more prescient than the truth. You'll have to get that need met first. Then now you can read the Bible. Then now you can sit down and have wisdom and understand deep knowledge and the mysteries of life because your belly isn't growling. Everyone understands. The number one thing you're going to need is cash. And I would advise you young brothers and sisters to, if you're living with your mother and you're young, start finding a way to not need your mother. Start finding a way to not need her. And that, which means you're going to need a job. And because the white man is the devil, not every job will do. You're going to need a job that can do the things your mother was doing because you're not with her anymore. Everyone understands. All right, next.
Yes, sir. This is from I.S.U.P.K. Slaki, sir. Can I get a breakdown on Jeremiah chapter 16, verses 18 through 21?
No problem.
This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 16 and verse 18. And first I will recompense their iniquity and their sin double, because they have defiled my land.
Mm-hmm.
They have filled my inheritance.
Give me a context of who we're talking about.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Try two verses. Let's see if that.
Verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord,
I got you.
and they shall fish them.
Mm-hmm. This is a prophecy, brother, for the future and for the time we're living in right now. The Lord said, I will send for many fishers, and they will fish them. This is speaking about the nation of Israel and how the Most High God is going to do certain things to save them from themselves, to save them from their lust of the other nations' money, wealth, and culture. I will send for many fishers, and they will fish them. So Jesus Christ said, come with me, and I will make you fishers of men. That's what he told Peter and Andrew when he met them on a fishing dock. They were fishermen with their fathers, and he said, come with me, and I'll teach you how to fish people. What we're doing right now in the truth is continuing what Peter and Andrew did that day. We're fishing people. We're fishing them. We're going out with bait to lure them into the truth, to get them in the boat, right? We're doing that. That's another important thing you better learn how to do this Thanksgiving. This Thanksgiving, you're going to need to fish the so-called North American Indian into this school. The primary thing you can do to get someone to join you is to show them that you are with them, to show them that you love them. No one wants to join someone that isn't already by their side already. That's why you should never celebrate Thanksgiving. That's why you should never go out and cook some turkey on Thanksgiving, even if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, even if you don't do it, even if it's just the turkey and it's just stuffing and it's just cranberry sauce. You shouldn't eat it on Thanksgiving, because what if your brother, the so-called North American Indian, sees you eat it? He'll look at you and he'll go, he doesn't love me either. She doesn't love me either. But what will happen if you can tell them, listen, I eat turkey all the time, but I won't eat turkey today. I eat stuffing and whatever that mess is, cranberry sauce every day, but I won't eat it today. And then the North American Indian can say, why? And you could say, one of the most beautiful phrases in the world to him. You could say, for you. And that is glorious. 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 You could do that. They can say, well, listen, I know you don't celebrate Thanksgiving. Why aren't you eating turkey today? It's just turkey. You could say, you don't know why I'm not eating turkey today, brother, sister. You don't know why? No, for you. That's why I'm not doing it. For you. Now that brother or sister knows that you're already with them. So then they might as well come join you in the flesh because you've been with them before you met them. That's fishing. You understand? That's what you can do. You can learn how to do that. I will send for many fishers, and they shall go out and they shall fish them. Keep going.
And after will I
And
say,
what? Blah, 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 blah. And what?
and after,
And what?
and after,
See, after the fishing, not during the same time as the fishing, but after the fishing, keep going.
will I send for many hunters.
And then after the fishing is done, then it's hunting time. And hunters, hunters aren't trying to convince you. They're not trying to lure you in. Hunters are going to go out, brother, in that day, and whoever didn't get fished in is going to get hunted out. That's the time of death. That's the time when all the convincing is over. And that time is coming. And realizing that will save your life. After the fishing is done, then the hunting starts. Continue.
And they shall hunt them.
And they shall what?
And they shall hunt
And
them
they shall hunt them. Keep going.
from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks.
You better believe that. I pray you do. Lo entiendes. From everywhere you are, out of the holes of the rocks, out of the caverns and caves that our oppressor will hide in, out of the Colorado mountains, out of what's those bunkers they love to build as if it's going to save them. Every time I see that, I go, white man, who do you think that bunker is going to stop? Who do you think is really looking for you? If you understood who was looking for you, then you would know that that bunker is going to do nothing. Who do you think is looking for you? A man? You think a lock on a door stops him from coming in? A man isn't looking for you. No, you think going 10 feet in the ground is going to stop who is looking for you? Then you just don't know who's looking for you. You don't know who is hunting you. You don't realize it. Go ahead, build a hole in the wall. Build a hole 100 feet in the ground. Go dig a hole by the earth's core. Dig deep down in there. Feel safe until that door comes flying off the handle and someone walks in to hunt you in that hole in the ground. Continue.
Verse 17. For mine eyes are upon all their ways.
Yeah, he sees what you're doing. Think how difficult it is. I feel sorry for those white women on that Epstein list. Those white women on the Epstein list, they were 13-year-old girls, 15, being raped by the most powerful men on the planet. And here they are, 30-year-old women, 40-year-old women, and they can't get a court date. Nothing. They can't get a court date. Like they can't get anyone to say what happened to them at all. Can you imagine what it's been like for blacks and Latinos for 400 years to attempt to get justice? If you're looking at the Epstein file and you see those white women who are now women who at one time were young girls, children, and you see them going to Congress to try to get a file released, not a court case, not a judgment in court, not jail time. Those white women want a file heard. That's it. And they cannot get it done. It can't happen. Now, as you are shocked by that, as you should be, I want you to understand what blacks and Latinos have been going through for 400 years seeking justice. Now you understand who we're fighting. We're fighting someone who won't let the names of the people who raped these children be said in public. These are the same people that we've been fighting for 400 years to get justice for what happened to us. It would be impossible without God's work. It would be impossible. Microphone.
If I could, sir, and I'm just for me analyzing the whole political thing going on right now. What made me even
Please,
solid more when it comes to the white man being the devil.
Mm-hmm.
So they whole House and Congress just did the vote on the release of the Epstein files. So pretty much the only reason why they voted anonymously yes, because they only care for themselves, because before they voted no. Now they want to vote yes because of the midterms and they want to keep their seat.
And is the list out? Yeah, they voted yes. Where's the list at? Let me tell you how corrupt Donald Trump is, and our oppressor is, which is why the names on that Epstein list will never come out. If that list comes out, there's about 1,000 pages missing because the names on that list will never come out. Let me give you a perfect example. When Donald Trump was running for the White House, he said one of his campaign promises was to make tips tax-free. Does anyone remember that? Oh, that was everywhere. He said, I'm going to make tips tax-free. No tax on tips. That was the billboard. No tax on tips, which made every bartender, every white man who's a bartender in some Irish bar ran out and voted for Donald Trump. All of those white men in those bars that white people love to go to and drink that black drink. What's that drink they love? It's black. I can't ever remember the name of that stupid German drink. Drink Knockenfreiser, Haffenhauser. Jesus Christ. Every white male bartender voted for Donald Trump because now there was going to be no tax on tips. He got into the White House and they passed the bill. Hallelujah. No tax on tips until you go through and read it, right? And when you go through and read it, it says no tax on tips if you make over $100,000 a year. That is in the law. No tax on tips if you make over $100,000 a year, and you have to pay the taxes every year on your tips. And at the end, after you paid the taxes, then they give you a rebate check back. They give you a refund check. So you have to pay the taxes. And then at the end of the year, you get a rebate check, a tax refund. And that's for people who make $100,000 a year making pouring out Hennessy in some goddamn bar. Who in the hell makes $100,000 a year pouring Hennessy out at some corner bar? No one. The bartender sleeping in the goddamn back if the owner will let him sleep on a cot in the back room. But once again, that's Donald Trump keeping his campaign promise. So now they're releasing the Epstein files. Wait on it. Go ahead and wait for the Epstein files to come out. Anything else? Let me get the Sister Sawana. You got it.
Shalom, Most High in Christ. I want to know, like, with Medicaid, Social Security, some people voluntarily pay taxes, but Edomites say it's not taxable. I don't understand that. How is it?
What's not taxable?
Social Security is not taxable, but you can willingly volunteer to pay taxes even though you don't have to.
I'd have to look into that. I'm not familiar with that. I would ask someone who's a tax expert about Social Security, but I'm not aware of how that works yet.
Okay.
But if you would like, just remind me and I'll just go ask an expert in that and I'll bring it back to class. All right?
Okay.
No
The water.
No sweat, sis. All right, you got it. Let me get someone online real fast before I forget. Any online ones?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
This is from Izzy Juju. If I could ask, in Romans chapter 7, verse 23, is it talking about Paul had a struggle with his lust demon?
In Acts what?
In Romans chapter 7 and verse 23.
Let me hear it.
Yes, sir. This is the book of Romans chapter 7 and verse 23. But I see another law in my members,
Oh my gosh.
warring against the law of my mind, and bringing me into captivity to the law of sin, which is in my members.
Absolutely, but I would not phrase it the way you phrase it because you might not understand how it applies to you. I would not say Paul had a problem with his lust demon. I would say that Paul was fighting the demon of lust. That's what he was doing. Then you can now differentiate that between what you're doing because you're not fighting it. You understand? It's having a problem with lust is like having a problem with hunger or thirst. It's something your body wants. Your body wants sin. It wants it. It desires it. You can go through withdrawal symptoms from giving up certain sins. Certain sins, if you try to quit them, you'll die. If you try to give up heroin cold turkey, you're dead. You have to be weaned off of heroin. You go to the methadone clinic and get a little bit of heroin, and they decrease the amount bit by bit until finally your body builds up enough strength to give up heroin. A heroin addiction is terrible. That garbage that young brothers was drinking a few years ago on that lean, that is heroin. And that is a terrible, terrible habit to have, to be addicted to lean, because lean is liquid heroin. And before you know it, you just decide to stop. You cannot. You're going to have a stroke like Lil Wayne had a stroke, like Rick Ross had a stroke, like everyone who gets hooked on it and attempts to stop. The stopping is going to kill you. You're going to have a stroke. All of your famous rappers had strokes in their 30s. They had strokes. Childish Gambino had a stroke last week. I heard about it in the car coming over here. How old is he? 40? Had a stroke because you try to quit that heroin if you want. You're going to have a stroke and die. You have to wean yourself off of it, right? Your body wants sin. Your body wants it, which is why LGBT people think that they're born gay. They think they're born gay because they've had this desire for as long as they can remember. How long can they remember? Oh, about 6 years old, which is the same time your uncle molested you. That's about when your memory starts, right? So as far as you know, as long as you can remember, you were molested at 6 and you've had these feelings towards same-sex people since then. It's ingrained in you. It's ingrained in you. It's just like someone who likes fires. There used to be people, the kids that used to like fires. Are those kids still around? There was tons of kids back in the day, brother. You leave them with a book of matches, you're coming home to no home, because there was kids that loved to start fires. Loved it. They used to call them firebugs, or they used to love to start fires. They're born like that. They've been doing it since they're 3 years old. Does that mean they should stay like that? Does that mean they should not change? Your body wants to sin. It wants it. Everyone's body wants to sin. The difference between you and Paul is that he fought his body. What in the hell are you doing? What are you doing? You agree with your body, don't you? You agree with every desire your body has. Your body wants some whore, you give in. Your body wants marijuana, drugs, pills, gummy bears for you children out there that need to get high. You give your body what it wants. You don't fight it. Your body wants to argue all day. Your body wants to fight with somebody all day, argue with somebody day and night. Like that feeling you get when you really want to get into a fight. You get with your wife, or your wife gets with you. You know how pleasurable it is to fight. You had a hard day. You rough. You need to vent. You feel that feeling when you need to vent. That venting feeling. What are you doing? Oh, I'm just venting. Oh, you are. Do you need to vent? You feel the need, don't you? You have to vent, don't you? You couldn't just shut your fucking mouth, could you? No, you have to vent. You have to let it out. You have to talk. I know you do. I know you do. Your body needs to. And I get that. You see, Paul, however, he fought his body. You're not fighting yours. That's the proper way. Esa es la manera correcta de pensar. That's the right way to think about that. Is that correct? Did I say that correct? No, that's not right. Esa es la manera sounds right. I'm not positive, but I'm going to take Knox's word on it. Esa es la manera correcta de pensar. No, that's not right. No, hold on. Esa es la correcta de pensar. It's the other way for the other one, but someone will tell me online, I'm sure, in a second. All right, go ahead to correct whether maybe you are right. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
All right, sir. If you could, sir, can I get a general breakdown on Ecclesiasticus chapter 7, verse 24? I can read it.
You got it.
Khan. It says, "Has thou daughters, have a care of their body, and show not thyself cheerful toward them."
You want me to break that down for you?
If you could, sir.
This is a parenting precept. A parenting precept. Has thou daughters, meaning do you have a daughter? Show yourself not cheerful unto them. Meaning what? This is an important part of fatherhood. Women and men are different. Now, if you're a parent, you'll absolutely understand what I mean. Women are soft-spoken. Their voices are light and flinty and, etheric. And because of that, children are not afraid of women. You know, children are not afraid of their mother. You get my point? Because of the mother is the one that kisses them and holds them. And she should. She should kiss them. She should be affectionate. She should be a mother. She should be a woman to this child. But a man, you have every tool to intimidate. You're born with it. Your voice is intimidating. Your height, your size, the stern look in your face. And because of that, you can really intimidate a child without hitting him. So what you don't want to do if you have a daughter is make your daughter think that you are a pushover. Is make her think about you the way she thinks about her mother. Do you understand? Use what you have been God-given to look at a child and go, didn't I say sit down? You understand? You'll do that and the child will go, whoop, I'm out. Sit right down in their chair like they was told. The mother will scream, sit down for an hour. The child will not sit down. You walk in the room. The child, oh shit, excuse me. I better go sit down. Well, let me tell you something. That's something God gives you, right? Just like God gives her the tools to be nurturing and kind and sweet. She has a tool that she uses and she needs it. You have a tool that you use and you need it. You know who else has a tool? The child. A child is small with big eyes and a little voice because children inspire mercy and compassion. They're adorable. That is their tool. It's their tool to get mercy from people, to get fed, to get love, to get a hug. If everyone just uses their tool, this family will have everything it needs. The woman will be kind and nurturing. The man will be protective. The child will be sweet and kind and get help from everybody. And then this family grows up healthy. So a man has a tool, use it. Don't be cheerful. Don't act like your wife. Be somebody that your children will be afraid of when they need to be afraid of someone. And that's the point. Anything else? Please, next. Preguntas.
Kamukan. This is from
Hold up, I found it, Knock. Hold up, I got it right here in my notes. Hold up, Knock. You're right. Esa es la manera correcta de pensar. Give Knock a hand. He know what he's talking about. Well said, Knock. Esa es la manera correcta de pensar. Now, what's the other one? Hold on. Let me get this. Esa es la manera correcta de pensar. You're right. If they're not thinking the right way, it's esa no es la forma correcta de pensar. Esa no es la manera correcta de pensar is you're thinking the right way. Correct, Knock. I appreciate y'all. All right, you got it.
yes, sir. This is from Akal Sapar. Yahweh Shem Yahshua Officer Akal Sapar checking in from VA. If you could, sir, give me some precepts concerning the 1,000-year reign and the bringing back of the 2/3.
Okay, I believe you know the main precept. You're going to find that in the book of Revelations. What are the other precepts you're going to need? All Israel shall be saved. I think that's Romans, the 9th chapter. You're going to need all Israel shall be saved to go with the precept, of course, in Revelations, the 11th. There's a couple more. I think I usually just break down all the way down Revelations, and I go so all Israel shall be saved. There's a few more in Revelations. Sit here under the not the tabernacle. What's this thing called in the Bible? It's table. Under the altar. Sit here under the altar until thy brothers join thee. That's what you'll need also in the book of Revelations to speak about reincarnation. You're also going to need your reincarnation breakdowns. You're also going to need when the Lord told Peter that whosoever is with me and stands with me in the regeneration shall sit on 12 thrones, ruling the 12 tribes of Israel. That was the promise that Peter received from Jesus Christ. Let me get that one. That might be one that crystallizes your matter quickly. All right. Give me whosoever is with me shall receive 100-fold houses and lands and wives and children and eternal life in the kingdom of heaven. and shall rule and shall sit on 12 thrones, ruling the 12 tribes of Israel. There was a promise that Jesus Christ made his men before he left. He told them that they would be 12 kings. He told them that they would receive everything that they lost for following him 100 times over, 10 times over. Then he was killed, rose from the dead, and then years later, they were killed. Did Jesus Christ lie about keeping his promise? Was he lying to them? Let's read the precept first. Does anyone have it? Come up, get the mic.
Khan, it's the book of Mark, chapter 10, verse 30.
Mhm.
But he shall receive 100-fold now in this time houses and brethren and sisters and mothers and children and lands with persecutions,
Keep going.
and in the world to come eternal life.
So you're going to get 100-fold, and in the world to come eternal life. In another precept, he said, you shall sit on 12 thrones, unless you have it right in front of you. You got it? I buy it. Right here.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 19 and verse 28. And Jesus said unto them, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration.
In the what?
In the regeneration.
In the what?
In the regeneration.
Go ahead.
When the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory,
Mhm.
ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
They were promised this. They were promised to be 12 kings over the 12 tribes of Israel. That was a promise. Then they were killed and imprisoned. Jesus Christ didn't lie to them, brother, because they're coming back. And they're going to get 100 times everything they lost. And then one day, they're going to sit on 12 thrones. One disciple will be over each tribe. Each one of those 12 disciples will rule one of the 12 tribes of Israel under Jesus Christ, their king, the Lord of lords and the King of kings. They're the kings that he's going to be a king over them. He didn't lie to them, but all of them are coming back. You need that precept. Also, you need where 1/3 of the nation of Israel will perish, will die. That's, I believe, in Zechariah. 2/3 of the nation of Israel will die. 1/3 will be brought out of the fire. 1/3 of our nation, that's the survivors of Judgment Day. 1/3 of our people. But all Israel shall be saved because they're all coming back. All of them. Everyone understands. Those are the precepts you need. Come on, sis, give it a microphone.
Even the 1/3 that shall die, they're going to come back too.
You damn right. Everyone is coming back. But they're not going to, the 1/3 are not going to die on Judgment Day. They're going to make it onto the chariots. They're going to receive salvation from Judgment Day. And then they'll die years later on a bed, surrounded by, 100 grandkids in a castle on a mountain. They'll eventually die, and then they'll pass their wealth to their children. Everyone understands. Go ahead.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
Next question. This
Please.
is from Rylan Johnson.
Mhm.
Salaki, sir, if I could get a general breakdown of Psalm chapter 7, verses 4 through 12.
No problem. You got it.
Khan. This is the book of Psalm,
Please, Kobo otra vez, please.
chapter 7 and verse 4.
Mhm.
If I have rewarded evil unto him that was at peace with me, yea, I have delivered him that without cause is mine enemy.
One more time, please. I can't hear.
Yes, sir. If I have rewarded evil unto him that was at peace with me,
Mhm.
yea, I have delivered him that without cause is mine enemy.
Yea, I have delivered. Yeah, there you go. All right, read it. There's a precept for this. Also, when the Bible says to pray for your enemies, and in doing so, you heap hot coals upon their heads. Let me tell you, brother, it is a truly powerful thing to be in the right in a battle against someone that is in the wrong. To be in a battle with someone and you are so righteous, so decent, so kind, that their battle against you is so wicked that God takes up your defense. That is a powerful position to be in. That's the position you always want to be in if you're in a battle. You want to be the righteous one, the one that's in the right. Many times to be the righteous one, you have to stay your hand. You have to put down your sword. You have to put your hand down. You have to not strike him, not strike her, not hurt them. Why? So that you can be the one that God will defend in the coming battle. So that if this person now raises their hand to strike you, now you are absolutely defended by God because you did everything you could do not to harm this person. You did it. Now God will defend you now. And his defense is supernatural. It's a supernatural thing. Now I'll break the precept down for you now. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. If I have rewarded evil unto him that was at peace with me,
If I have rewarded evil to someone that is at peace with me, meaning I should be rewarding them with kindness because they were at peace with me. So if I'm going to give someone a reward that is at peace with me, what should I give them? Peace. They're giving me peace, so I should give them peace. But instead, they're giving me peace, I'm giving them war. If I have rewarded what? Read it again.
yes, sir. If I have rewarded evil unto him that was at peace with me,
Someone is giving me peace, but I'm giving him evil. If I do something like that, go ahead.
yea, I have delivered him that without cause is mine enemy.
Yea, I have delivered him that for no reason is my enemy. Meaning, if he's at peace with me and I do something evil to him, I have just made sure that he wins the fight. I've just done it. I've just delivered him because he was kind to me and peaceful with me. And instead, I did something evil to him. The second that happens, you are going to lose that battle you have with him. You just delivered him from this fight. He's going to win. You're making sure he wins. That's why Jesus Christ said to turn the other cheek. Jesus Christ didn't say turn the other cheek so you could be someone's whipping boy, so you could be subservient to someone and be abused by someone. Jesus Christ said turn the other cheek because in doing so, now brothers don't have to fight each other. If there's an evil brother among us, I'm not going to treat him with cruelty. I'm not going to treat him with evil. I'm going to give him another chance. I'm going to give him another chance. If he squanders this chance, God is going to defend me. He's going to lose that fight. The Bible says, give me that precept, where it says that when you are kind to someone, you heap coals of fire upon their head. Forgiving someone is making sure they get destroyed. It's not making sure they get released from judgment. It's not making sure that they never are culpable for a crime. It's making sure that they get punished. Give me the precept and let me know when you have it.
Yes, sir. This is the book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 20. Therefore, if thine enemy hunger, feed him. If he thirst, give him drink. For in doing so, thou shalt heap coals of fire on his head.
This is too hard for your carnal mind to understand it because you're ignorant like Donald Trump. Your enemy is hungry, so you feed your enemy. He's thirsty, so you give your enemy's drink. Now, he's your enemy. In feeding him, in clothing him, you are making sure that he gets hurt. It says it right here, and it's in the New Testament. It's not in the Old Testament. So it seems like the New Testament wants to tell you how to heap coals of fire on people's heads, because that's what it says right here. I'll read it again. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Therefore, if thine enemy hunger,
If he's hungry, he's my enemy, and he's hungry. I'm feeding him. Here you go, man. You hungry? You see what those Christian churches, the white woman called them, said, I have a daughter. She just needs a bottle of Similac, crying baby in the background. The church says, no, I'm not giving your daughter any food. If those white women would have called the Israelite school of UPK, we would have fed those white babies. We would have made sure that those white babies had diapers, that those white babies had babies formula. We would have done it for them. And you know how we feel about our oppressor. That's well documented by the FBI. Everyone knows that. Yet we would have still fed a hungry white baby and a white mother who was in need, we would have given her more kindness than the Christian church ever did. The Bible says this: if thy enemy is hungry, give him food. If thy enemy is thirsty, give them drink. Keep going.
Feed him. If he's thirst, give him drink. For in doing so,
Stop right there. Read that part.
for in doing so,
Again.
for in so doing,
For in so doing, when you feed your enemy when he's hungry, and when you give your enemy drink when he's thirsty, in doing that, this is what you're actually doing. Keep going.
thou shalt heap coals of fire on his head.
You're getting that enemy destroyed. You know what coals of fire do to your head, right? Do I need to explain? Yeah, if you put coals of fire on your head, you get burned. You're hurting your enemy by feeding them when they're hungry. You're hurting them by giving them drink when they're thirsty. You're making sure they get hurt. You're making sure that as God looks down from heaven and as his angels take the report of all of our conduct, he goes, this Israelite school of UPK feeds white people. They feed them. They give them food. They're on drugs in Kensington and they feed them. And white churches would not feed them. But the UPK feeds white people, which is going to make sure that the UPK wins every battle against white people. And I don't know if you know about our record, but it's pretty good. I pray you understand. Our record is pretty good against our enemy. Every day some enemy tries to, have some plot against us, infiltrate us. All types of idiots and garbage people try to do something to destroy us. We find out about it as if we could read their minds. We find out about it. We always find out about it. Why? Because we feed our enemies and we give them drink when they're thirsty. Everyone understands. You had your hand up, young brother? What do you want to say? Say again?
Kensington is like a zombie land. Like, it's actually sad. Like I seen people like walking around, they were like limping and stuff. Like people like they have like campfire set up because they be like in the cold and like people like they be like taking fin, they be like dying and all. It's just sad.
Well, let me ask you a question. When you see them, what do you learn from what happened to them?
Like
how about this? How did they end up like that? Those drug addicts you see in Kensington. How old are you?
14.
At one time, they were 14. They used to be 14. How did they end up like that?
Oh, like some bad happened in their life. Like
Something bad happened to them.
They probably like no parents or something. Like
they probably had no parents.
They had bad friends, like probably like taking drugs and stuff. They got addicted like a rabbit hole. Feel me?
Yeah, they went through terrible things in life, right?
Yep.
Now, can you control when terrible things happen to you? Can you stop them?
Nope.
So then, when terrible things happened to them, what did they do?
They used drugs as like a coping method since they they wasn't able to find anything else.
Well said. So what have you learned from that?
That to not use drugs as like a coping method. There are multiple other methods to deal with like your problems, and to not deal with using drugs will only make it worse, even worse.
Give him a hand. Well said. Now go to my car and get my bag so I can get his brother some money. Get the gym bag out of my trunk so I can give this young brother some money, because that was absolutely eloquent, poignant, insightful. That was perfect. Yes. You can't tragedies can happen to anybody. Any of us can have bad parents. Any of us can go through traumas. I'm sorry, please, thought. But you can't decide when someone hurts you, especially when you're young, right? But you can decide how you react to it. That power is in your hands. And never, ever think that drugs and alcohol is somehow going to help you through trauma, because all it does is make your life worse. Correct. And here you're going to learn how to be a warrior and to fight trauma, how to fight bad things that happen to you. And you'll never be like those people in Kensington. I pray you understand. I'm giving you some money, though, tonight. Give them a hand. Okay, now, next, give me a question online, please.
Yes, sir. This is from Connie Tasby.
Mm-hmm.
Khan. Could you give a breakdown of Revelation chapter 17, verses 1 through 18, the judgment of the harlot?
No problem. Go ahead whenever you're ready.
Yes, sir. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 17 and verse 1. Yes, sir. And there came one of the seven angels, which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will shew unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. Verse 2. With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. Verse 3. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. Verse 4. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. Verse 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots.
I'm supposed to be breaking this down?
Yes, sir. He specifically wants the judgment of the great harlot.
Okay, skip down to that part if you don't mind.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think it was in verse 1, if I may, sir.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 17, and verse 1. And there came one of the seven angels, which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, and I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters.
But the whore that sitteth upon many waters is speaking specifically about America. America, there are many Edomite countries. There you got Great Britain, you got France, you got Germany, Italy, Spain. There are many Edomite countries, right? But there is one Edomite country that rules every other one, and thereby rules every country on the planet Earth. And America rules every country. America has to make peace in Palestine and make peace in the Ukraine, because America controls the Ukraine and controls Palestine. Everyone understands. Keep going. That was his question. Okay, there you go. That's your answer. Next.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is from Sakan, UPK. A general breakdown of Proverbs 25, verses 21 and 22.
No problem. You got it.
This is the book of Proverbs. Proverbs 25 and 21. If thine enemy be hungry, he must. Okay, this is the precept in the Old Testament.
Okay, solid. Go ahead.
Next question. Yes, sir. This is from Ashkawar, Shalom Adawan. May I please get a breakdown on 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 20?
Go ahead.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 20. Brethren, be not children in understanding. Howbeit, in malice be ye children.
He wants. I'm supposed to just break this down, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, read it one more time.
Yes, sir. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 20. Brethren, be not children in understanding.
Brethren, be not children in understanding. What does that mean? Children have a difficult time understanding complex issues because they're kids. They haven't learned enough yet to be able to understand certain things about life that are very important about life. Well, you should not have the understanding of a child. You shouldn't. You want to gain wisdom up. That's what wisdom in essence is. Wisdom is a kind of thing that you're supposed to learn over time. over experience, over seeing the world. The Bible says that travel expands a man's wisdom. You know, for going to different places and countries and cities and seeing different things, it can give you wisdom, right? Wisdom is what is real knowledge and how you absolutely can apply real knowledge to help you in your everyday. You don't want to have the understanding of a child if you're grown. It's too simplistic. You don't understand like a child, right? Don't have the mindset of a child when it comes to learning. Keep going.
Howbeit,
Meaning, even though you shouldn't be a child in your learning or your understanding, keep going.
and malice.
In malice. What is malice? Who wants to break it down? Malice. Malice is evil forethought. Meaning there's a crime that you do because you got so angry you did it right then, right? You got so mad, so excited, you hit somebody. But then there's a crime when you went home and thought about it. You planned it. You went out and got the ski mask and you went to go do it. That is malice. It's when you take the time to plan an evil act. When it comes to malice, keep going.
Be ye children.
Then you act like a child. Then you do it. Then you behave like a child because children don't have malice. Children are victims. They've been hurt. They've been destroyed. They've had parents that hurt them. And they just wanted a parent that would love them. They don't have malice. Adults have malice. When you become a man, that's when now you can plan a robbery, plan to sleep with somebody else's wife, set it up and trick her and fool her so you can have sex with some woman who has a man. When it comes to education, don't think like a child. You want to be learned, experienced, study. But when it comes to evil, thinking about something evil, be like a child then. Once again, brother, there would be no fake Israelite groups without the pride that only comes from being an adult. The malice, the evil in your mind that you don't have as a child. Children are humble. Children are willing to obey and follow someone that loves them and cares for them. That's a child. And that's how you should be. You should be like a child when it comes to plotting on the evil of someone, plotting on harming someone. Children don't do things like that. Neither should you. Continue.
But in understanding, be men.
But in understanding, be a man. Well said. Be a man when it comes to understanding. Go out and learn something. Focus on learning. Focus on being a man, which means I'm going to study something, become an expert in it so I can exercise in it and have a family and grow and thrive. That's what men do. When it comes to being evil and hateful, then you act like a child and you forgive and you're kind. You know how easily children form bonds? That's an amazing thing that I watch. I remember so carefully, which is where gangs come from. You see gangs forming, your crew when you're 13 and 15 years old. If you are 12 years old, you can form a bond with somebody you met in the schoolyard as if he is your brother, as if he is the most important person in the world. And 13-year-old boys do it all the time. A 13-year-old boy, they meet each other in the schoolyard. Brother, they're going to die for each other at 12 because they're friends. A friend is so important to a kid. Who does not know what I'm talking about? Everyone knows what I mean. When you've been 12 and you go, well, this is my friend. So I'm going to jail with him. I'm going to die for him. If he gets jumped, I'm jumping in. I'm fighting whenever he fights. When did you meet him? Summertime. I met him. That's when I met him, in the summer, at summer. And now, if he ever gets in a fight, I'm jumping in. I met him last summer. That's it. Because children form tight bonds quickly. I mean, fast, because they're so innocent. Their hearts are open. They're trusting. They trust everyone. So you're in my class. You sit next to me in class. You're my friend. You and I now protect each other. Nobody can fight you without fighting me. Forever. We defend each other, and that's that. And that's how gangs are formed, out of a sense of we're kids and we love each other. We live on the same block and we're going to go to jail and die for one another. That's something that a child does that is beautiful if it could be done in the right spirit. You should stay like that. That's how you should be. But you should learn like a man learns. You should educate yourself and become skillful and trained and wise. And then you can take your friend and go, well, we're friends, but we shouldn't hurt these people. We shouldn't do this, be in this gang. Since we love each other and since I love you, then this is what we should do instead. Wisdom taught me this. If you can put those two things together, if you could be educated like a man, but trust like a child, then you'd be One West. Then you'd be in the Israelite school of UPK, because that is exactly what's happening in here. In here we learn, you ready? Let me know. In here we learn and get educated and triumph over ignorance. And we love each other the way a friend would love you the first day of school that you just met. That's how we treat each other. And we form a bond like you would form a bond with your cousin. You know, like with somebody you just hear, he's your cousin. Oh, okay, well, then I'm going to die for him now. Now I'll go to jail for him. I'll be with him every day, and I'll fight whenever he fights. We treat each other with the trust of a child, but with the education of a man. That's the Israelite school of UPK. Everyone understands. Please.
I was going to say something, sir. What you're saying is just so heavy. You describe me and Knock every week.
Give yourself a hand.
Me and Knock be at camp, right hand, left hand.
I'm telling you.
We came together, we coming back together.
On, man. That's how we came up. That's it. It's a beautiful thing in my sight. Well said. All right, where are we at? Anything else? Okay. Come on, come up here, Micah. Come on up, brother. Come on. Let me give Micah a hand. Let's pat Micah. God damn, Micah, you done got super tall. How tall are you? How tall are you, Micah? Listen, Micah is tall as hell. Micah, how long? Duck down so they can see you. Hell. Micah has been in the truth. How long have you been in the truth?
For almost 15 years.
Yeah, that's right. Almost 15 years this young brother has been in the truth. Give him a hand. Micah was about this tall when I met him. He was like here. Micah now is a strong young man. Well said, brother. You earned that. Give him a hand. Clap it up for him. All right. With that said, let's clap it up. Clap it up. We'll head upstairs. Loud. With that, pass the class over to Police Officer.
I.S.U.P.K. announcement that I.S.U.P.K. started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command of General YAHANNA. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world, and they need transportation. The teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this month period, brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment. Numbers, you read about in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. Or Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. It means 50 in Hebrew, Mayashka, 10% of every penny of any decrease the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department, priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory whatsoever amount you would like, upcoming holy convocation, the dedication, my Akim and Aqua to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If any brother or sister wants, if any brother wants to get troop from the school, start wearing all black shirt, headband, or scarf. With that being said, I'm marching to the brothers. We're gonna give each other one courtesy salute. I'm Barak, Yahweh. Dr. Natal, sorry, we're gonna be sisters. Sisters, stand. Remember this, we're gonna be sisters, one courtesy salute, march back, march, rock. Top, class is finished.